How are you?
Hi James.
Patrick, you admitted it wasn't an ideal pre-season, so has it been beneficial having a whole week to prepare for this game?
Yeah, we knew that we needed to do some tactical catch-up, having the groups working together, and of course having this 10 days since last game that we played will help us to be more solid, I think.
Do you have an update on James McArthur, Michael Elise and James Tompkins? Are any of those players available for Monday?
Michael trained all the week with the team, so there is a chance that he will be in the squad. Regarding the two players, it will be too short for them.
Nathan Ferguson, there's some reports that he suffered another setback. Can you bring us up to date with that?
Yeah, he just had a setback. It's a bit too early to talk about it, but obviously he didn't train the last couple of days with the team.
Christian Benteke left the club last week. Will you be looking to replace him with another striker?
We always try to improve the squad. You know, there is the transfer window still open, and even when Christian was here, our plan was to try to improve the squad and looking for players out there that can bring what we are looking for. So obviously Christian going, leave another spot open, and we will try to do our best to find that player. If not, we will work with the players that we have here.
How much more business do you think needs to be done? Are you expecting anything imminently, or could we go right to the end of the window?
We don't know. It's all about finding the right player, finding that player who will improve the squad, and try to see if we can afford that player. I strongly believe that we are doing what we need to do to improve the squad, but there is a possibility that we're not going to find that player. So we have to concentrate with the players that we have and keep being really demanding on them and try to improve.
And finally, in terms of transfers, you previously said you didn't think there was any chance of Conor Gallagher coming back to the football club. Do you see that changing at all? Do you think that there may be a possibility towards the end of the window?
And again, the window is still open. Conor is still a Chelsea player. Until we've been said otherwise, we have to work and again find that player who is available and try to improve the squad. Conor today is a Chelsea player.
Let's get to the game on Monday. Where do you feel like Liverpool are at the moment? A disappointing result against Fulham, and they've got a few injuries as well. Yeah,
but I'm sure that they can cope with a couple of players missing when you look at the squad that they have. We are facing a really strong side, and we have to be, we have to perform well. We have to be in our best if we want to take something from that game.
What have been your early impressions of Darwin Núñez, and what sort of threat do you think he'll pose on Monday?
Listen, everybody who's following the game knew how good he is as a player, so I'm not surprised to see him doing well when he came on. He's a good football player, and when you play at Liverpool, with the players that you have around you, you became an even better player.
And finally for me, Monday marks 30 years since the first ever Premier League matches. I can think of a very strong contender, but what is your highlight from the last 30 years?
The season, I think, where we went unbeaten, I think that was a special moment, and if I have to choose the moment, that will be a special moment, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. We go to Jake, Premier League Productions.
Captain Patrick.
Hello.
You lost both games against Liverpool last season, but what do you feel you might have learned going into Monday from those two?
I think against those kind of teams, it's about taking chances. And you will have to perform well out of position. You have to defend well. You have to accept that during those 90 minutes you will go through a difficult period. It's about how do you accept that and defend well together and be patient and waiting for the right moment to hurt them. And that is what happened in the last game against Arsenal. And this is what we have to do well going there, to defend well and use those as kind of opportunities to really hurt them.
Were you a bit surprised at how they got on at Fulham? They were given a bit of a tough time.
Yeah, I think you have to look at Fulham, who played a really good game as well. But the first game of the season, team may not be at their best, but like ourselves, I think it will be a different Liverpool team. I think we will improve because of the last 10 days we had on training, and I think it will be the same for them.
Do you maybe change how you go about a game, having to go to Anfield as opposed to when you have teams at Crystal Palace?
No, I think what is about our organisation. You know, how can we be really disciplined, working well, closing those kind of space where they can hurt you. And if we manage to do that well, and of course it will be important for us is to be brave and try to play forward and try to create those chances and score goals, because going to Anfield and defending for 90 minutes, it will be tough, and we have to play our game. We have to try to create those chances to try to score goals.
Thank you. Okay. BBC London.
Hi, Patrick.
Andy.
Is the Man City away game last season, is that like a good reference point when people say, oh, you're going to Anfield where they're rarely defeated at home? Do you look at that and say, well, no one expected us to do what we did at Man City last season? You can take confidence from that.
And again, it's about, I think when you're talking about the game against City, we were well disciplined, well organized, we defended well as a team, and we managed to frustrate them until that kind of moment where we scored that goal. And again, against those teams where it will be hard to have the possession, we have to accept that. But yes, we will have to work well as a team if we want to get something from that game.
The pre-season game against QPR, it really seemed to come together in the second half. Did you feel you didn't quite see as much of the attacking flair in your first Premier League game as you did then?
Yeah, the attacking flair, we know we have the players to do well going forward, but there is the other side of the game is about defending well as a team and try to work hard not to concede a goal. We have to score those chances. I think when you look at the games that we played against Arsenal, the frustration stayed that, you know, we had 2 clear chances and we should score at least one of those 2 goals, and the game may be completely different, and going to Liverpool will be the same. We will have those opportunities because of the way we want to play the game. Then we have to score those goals because we may not going to create a lot.
It looks on paper like quite a tough start to the season, but
Yeah.
I seem to remember last season it was quite a tough run, and you got points where people don't always expect you to. So I guess you have to play them all at some point in the season. And is that the way you see it?
Yeah, you have to play them, and it's about the organisation and the determination we're going to put in the game against Liverpool that will dictate the result of the game. You know, so there is a concentration, there is a determination to do well. We want to go there and to compete as the best as we can, and play a really good football game together as a team to allow ourselves to get something from that game.
And you know all about going to Anfield and picking up wins. How difficult is it with what Jurgen Klopp and the team have created there, the atmosphere, what it's like under the lights on a Monday on this occasion, to get your players to go there with the sort of belief that they need to not freeze in front of that kind of atmosphere?
I think it's difficult to find a better atmosphere to play football, and the players are really exciting to go there. It's a fantastic stadium, it's a really good atmosphere over there, and we want to enjoy it ourselves. It's a fantastic challenge for us. So, of course, it will be challenging, it will be difficult, but we can make it challenging for them as well. I think when we played them there last year, we had some really good opportunities to score goals. And when we played them at home, we created those situations again. And we have to be brave. We have to go there and with the strength that we have and try to play that game and with a lot of personality, and that is what we're going to do. And the result will be what will be, but we will go there and try to perform our best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that's the end of the broadcast section.